Good morning and a very warm welcome to the Super Sunday fixtures of the Santosh Trophy. Well, today we have the group opener for Group E. What an occasion this is promising to be. Two teams with pedigree in the tournament, Mizoram taking on services at the GNDU Sports Complex. In the first encounter of the
Hello, 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 hello.
dignitaries getting to meet the players who are ready to make an instant impact. The best way to give an account of yourselves in the tournament will be to go out and put a positive performance, isn't it? These sets of players know what's up for taking. After meet and greet with the dignitaries, can they go onto the pitch and perform themselves to the 100%? Players paying their respects to the referees as well. As we try to get underway at the GNDU Sports Complex, a fair bit of waiting there for the referees as they wait for the captains to join them at the center line for the toss and the pre-match formalities. The class of 23-24 is what they will be known by. Having made history early on in the tournament, they have great history. Can the current crop stand up? It's Lalit Singh Rawat who will be the match official, to be assisted by Sanjoy Ray and Mukesh Dutt. Anand Rana will be the fourth official, and Koikat Parmeshwaran Ravindran will act as the match commissioner. And myself, Pranav Venkatesh, bringing you all the live action from the venue. Mizoram starting lineup: Lal Muanwa in goal. He will be abled in a defense, assisted in defense by Tochavang, and the brunt of goal scoring would fall on the number 10, Manpuya. It, i- it is interesting to see how Mizoram will line up, given that they have no specialist forwards. It looks like we are having a fluid front three. The same can be said about services. Syed bin Abdul Qadir in goal. Their midfield linchpin, Christopher Kame, in the midfield. They have few good attackers, but it will be interesting to see who starts where. It is the advantage of having versatile players, isn't it? And given it is don't know much about each other's strengths, they will find out as go about. Just moments away from kickoff, and we are underway in this Group E encounter. Kicking off from right to left of your screen, attacking in all wides are services, the unit of the Indian Armed Forces, and attacking from left to right of your screen in all red or Mizoram. Early forays into the opposition half. Services with a throw in now. Turnover there. Mizoram trying to enter the opposition's half for the first time. Playing out from the back, finding the midfielders with comfort. But a panic situation, forcing services to clear their lines. Mizoram services happy to soak in it and then head back when the opportunity arises. First attempt at the long ball over the top. Thankfully for the goalkeeper, it is a safe claim. Well, in the early exchanges, both teams are not afraid to play out from the back, are they? The drop kick well intercepted. Mizoram winning the first ball and the second as well. Come forward on the attack. The midfielder tucked back. It will be an opportunity to test the defense. The scenario of Group E for you. Services pitted with Uttarakhand, Mizoram, Pondicherry, Sikkim, and Daman and Diu, Nagar Haveli. It is a fairly easier group for these two sides. You have to say the centre back putting on a rowlet and beating his marker. Dangerous cross delivered from the right wing. Services coming ever so close to open the scoring with that. And again, how simple was that opportunity? Running down the right wing, cutting past, sending across in. In their way, almost took the opener. A fairly easy group E, you have to say, for services and Mizoram to navigate. Can they keep the heat up? This performance will definitely give you a clear picture of it. The striker dropping deep, Mizoram retaining the possession. Trying to find the right winger, the fullback was on top in that occasion. The lone striker of services giving his heart out while pressing, trying to get that error from Mizoram. But they all with themselves. An uncharacteristic slip up there, but before the striker could pounce, the defender did well to get on his feet. Well intercepted in the middle, the through balls. Idea was to find the isolated striker, but he can just find the opposition centre back, and services could clear their lines. The ball lashed forward only to be lapped up by Mizoram. Both sides trying to get a clear tactical identity of each other. In the opening 5 minutes, we cannot find one. So turning into one. The number 8, Christopher Kame, the captain of the services, trying to dribble his way out of situation, but he was dispossessed, and there was a foul from the number 25. Couple of silly fouls by both teams already. Passed into the middle, well intercepted by the defender. Cannot keep it under spell. It will run back. At the moment, it looks like Mizoram are attacking with a back four, defending with a back four, with a solid two striker system by putting a bank of four in the middle. It is an ultra attacking approach, you have to say. The two centre backs are often left alone in the build up, with full backs firing high up the pitch. A good slide coming in to deny the midfielder the width on the touchline. Mizoram having the possession and asking the questions after a rocky start. Winning the possession, losing it quickly as well, but luckily services can break now. The striker in a foot for thought duel against the defender, the goalkeeper rushing out only to concede a corner for himself, but he could only spill it as we have the first corner of the game in the 8 minute for services. A chance to put the in swinger. Can services take advantage of this opportunity? Mizoram opting for man marking. There goes the delivery. Was it an attempt on goal and the follow up attempt? Just flying wide for a goal kick. Lal Muanna is down and needing some treatment for Mizoram. He had that crucial intervention on the corner delivery. Well, certainly it was a naughty attempt at goal, wasn't it? The ball was ghost goalkeeper. He saved it at some cost. He is down on the ground. Although you would expect services as number 4 to have a much better attempt on the second time of asking on the rebound. He had the empty net. He just had to angle his left footed shot somewhere into the back of the net. It looks like the goalkeeper is fine. Good news if you're a Mizoram fan. He's on his feet and he could continue possibly. Short goal kick taken, a risky approach there. Kick as the ball ricochets off the striker. They're not afraid to try out the same approach. Another slip from the same player. Is there something wrong with the pitch? Feet getting stuck. fullback showing good agility. The number 23's attempt to split the defense with that through pass and finding the striker only goes in vain as the goalkeeper is alert. Abdul Kadir deciding his next move, going incredibly long, testing the defense straight away from his goal kick. The number 22 showing fine physical play, but the first touch is a rather poor one from the winger. He'd only wished the ball stuck to his feet. There was an opportunity opening up. Mizoram can't get away quickly enough. Another wave of attack coming from services. Couple of loose first touches there from the services players. It is always risky when your first touch turns into a 50-50 duel. You will be looking for possession throughout the game rather than keep hold of it and attack. Intense battle on the fullback claiming his innocence, but he just caught the midfielder. The referee letting it slide. There won't be a booking for now. Christopher Kame, the captain, will fancy this with his left foot. He's looking for a delivery into the box, but he goes the ground way. Well flicked towards the wing. Can they get across in? The number 12 locked against the fullback, but does send the delivery in. Well cleared by the defense. But services can relaunch the attack. Trying to run past a defensive blockade, but the ball will still come in their favor. Here is the captain once more. He's trying to be the orchestrator in this team, providing that link between attack and defense, dropping into the pockets every time. An overhead pass. A chance for Mizoram to drive with it, but they go long first time. And they nearly succeed in finding the winger whose cut back was just short of the striker. Another giveaway in possession. Well, it is pretty much telling that both these sides are playing the first game of the competition. The state of perfect synchrony between the players is missing, isn't it? Meanwhile, that is a brilliant find. How you could raise tempo with one pass. Can he go for goal? Crucial challenge coming in from the services player. Means that they can emerge on the counter now. Down the right flank with some heavy touches. The ball going into the middle, couple of slips, but it is still with the finger. Opting for give and goes on the edge of the box before pulling the trigger. The number 7 cuts it back in. It should be an empty net. It is an empty net, but there was no striker to capitalize on it as the ball dribbles out for a goal kick. Services ramping the pressure on the break. The goalkeeper with a smart find this time. The number 11 looking for spaces on the far side. You can see the right winger being empty. Services are blocking up the passing lanes in numbers. They're not giving any free passes to Mizoram. Slowly, the sparring contest for the 15 minutes is turning into a brawl. Both sides know what they could offer. They're trying to match each other. The player just running out of room. As you can see, it's Mizoram with a throw in. A risky pass. The goalkeeper should come out to clear it. And he does meet it. Was put in two minds with a teammate. Services with the captain again. A lovely line breaking pass to the left flank. Striker tripping himself over the defender and conceding a cheap foul. The heavy touch from the defender. Services jumping onto it. They have numbers down the right flank. They will finally utilize it. The defender miscuing his clearance. It will only come back to him. Lucky instance, you have to say. In the first game of the tournament, they're still trying to find their feet. No, what's their best formation? Who are their best players? The best 11. But the number 11's pass intercepted extremely well by the centre back. But a dogged spirit there wins the free kick for Mizoram in a dangerous situation. He wants a card there, the number 11. Very proactive. Lalam Sanga. Great defending, great dribbling ethic from him. It will be a chance for the number 23 to swing his boot over this free kick. MS Luanga, can he go for goal? Shipping it into the middle. The defense does well to clear it. Can services be completely away from the situation? Cannot say a waste of the free kick. They had some potential. The defender, the number 20, flicked it there but couldn't trap it and shoot at once. Free kick taken towards the touchline. Christopher looking for the openings. Super pass between the lines. A chance to go for goal from outside. Perhaps blocked, and the winger is overcrowded. He does lay it off to his support. Another corner for services. Throw in, beg your pardon. And now the cross going in. The goalkeeper spills it. He's a little bit proactive while coming out. We already saw it twice or thrice. And this will be the second corner for services, which they take quickly. Pulling it towards the right channel. Not opting for a cross early on. Which means the set piece opportunity is already gone. Trying to create from open play again. The number 10 with a superb tackle. He has the pace and confidence to run, but at the end of it, it is a good pass as well. The player was just using his body to shield, but it looked like he impeded the centre back. The referee calls for a foul. You could almost hear the frustration of the Mizoram bench, who thought they were well within their rights to use their body to win the free kick. Services centre backs deep inside their own half in the build-up. Services are playing more of a traditional back four. The full-backs not flying high up the pitch. They're confident enough of the midfield to create. But Mizoram are committing their fullbacks into attack. If the back line of services can find one clinical ball, it will be enough to break down the Mizoram defense. Entire play focused on one spot. The pass was right into the middle, but the first touch letting the player down. Attempting to lob it over the ground there. The goalkeeper saw it out, circled around the striker incredibly. Very lucky to concede just a goal kick. Approaching the end of the first quarter. It's been a sparring session, you have to say, at the best. Both the sides just reacting to what each other has to offer rather than have a clear tactical identity of their own on the first match day. They will slowly goes on, coming, winning the ball well and keeping it as well for his side. Abdul Qadir coming out, showing his authority on the ball. Now this is the risk we were talking about, and a clinic through ball through the middle, just a bit overhit. They're having all the right ideas, the services players. The midfielders constantly having a pass in their locker room to find the strikers. Just missing the enough weight on it. Services conceding a throw to Mizoram. Approaching the end of the first quarter, it has been a mixed game till now. Flashes of brilliance from both sets of players. Fair tackle, says the referee. He was left with nothing else to say. Another line breaker. Midfield of Mizoram at the moment is too lightweight. Services are breaking it at their own will. The number 7 disappointed with himself for not able to get hold of the ball. Vijay J. He was in a promising situation. But now the number 7 of Mizoram in a still better situation. Whose cut back for the number 10 was shot wide. Running onto it, the number 10, the star boy Mapuya had to do well. It was a good cutback from Zozova. But you expect better finishing from Mapuya. At least, at the very least, just keep it on target. Just work the goalkeeper. Well, in that sense, you have to say both the goalkeepers haven't worked a lot in the opening 25 minutes. Will it change with this attack though? Services on the front foot. Cheeky little back heel before sending the cross in. Keeping the attack alive. Services. The cutback was intercepted and Mizoram can get away now. Trying to play the give and go. The go had a little more fizz on it as it runs out of room. A barge from the number 20. Doesn't go well with the referee who awards a free kick to services. Services resuming it with a short free kick. The captain again misplacing one of his passes. Forcing a duel. A heated argument going on between the players. The referee trying to pacify. Christopher Kame's pass intercepted by the defender. Both the players then were locked in a duel and were exchanging words just at the right time. The referee doing well to break up the play. Lalit Singh Rawat, the referee, showing them who's in charge of the proceedings. Passed it back to the goalkeeper. He will take some pressure. Was that a raised boot? The number 25 warned there by the referee. And services have a player down. It's the number 20, Thingam Bidyasagar Singh, drawing the referee's attention. It is turning a bit nasty. Both the players already sore at each other. They're going into challenges with 100% commitment. You can't fault them both. Emotions getting the better of them in this occasion. Mizoram building an attack. Superb find towards the left flank from the centre back. They can keep it alive for the moment, but a good challenge turns the possession away in services favor. The player was well in an offside. He knew it as he ran onto it very uninterestedly. Well, coming to the pedigree of these sides in the tournament, they have that winning blood. Mizoram, a one-time champions. Their last win coming in the 2013-2014 season. This season would mark the 10-year anniversary of their one and only triumph in this tournament. But nonetheless, they know the winning feeling. They have it in their history. Make a similar run this time of asking. Services are a strong outfit. If they could manage the defensive shape and score one on the counter, they would be giving themselves a very good chance at glory, wouldn't they? What better way to celebrate the 10th anniversary of your first win than by winning your second title? Services still on the attack. The captain going for goal. Well blocked by the centre back. It wasn't the best of efforts from the number 8. Just swung his left foot through it. There wasn't much venom behind it. Mapuya keeping the ball well, but his fullback just giving the possession away. Trying to spread it out, but he wasn't aware of his midfielder's position. Another cheap turnover in possession. For a cooling, it is a warm day at the G&U Sports Complex and a rather short opportunity to have a word with the coach and take the tactical impetus from him. Well, if you just joined us right now, you could pretty much tell that this is the first game of the group as this is the first game for both these sides. A bit rusty. The first touches haven't been there. The passes not finding their targets. The players trying to get in sync with each other. It will take some time before it gets better. Who can get the hang of the things quickly and break the deadlock? As we approach the end of the first half. The number 10 Mapuya giving his elbow to the opposition captain. The referee noticed it and will not hesitate before he blows his whistle. A rather feisty affair, you have to say. There have been so many fouls already. The goalkeeper going long, having the confidence to do so, but a decent takedown by the centre back. Well, this is what we just spoke about. Your first touches turning into duels and turnovers is never a good thing for any team. The Mizoram winger had all the time to world to trap the ball, but he ends up turning the possession in his favor. Good crunching challenge coming over there. Mizoram cannot take advantage of the tackle as it is services who push forward, but a good dash by the referee on that occasion, forced to play it to his goalkeeper, Abdul Khadir. The number 12 receiving the ball in acres but was closed down instantly. Again on this occasion, good press coming from Mizoram. The player caught on the very edge of the box. This is going to be a huge opportunity now for Mizoram. The number 7 Zozova causing all sorts of trouble. It was his cutback earlier that was shot wide by Mapuya. On this occasion, his dancing feet win another free kick in a dangerous situation. It is going to be Luanga again. On his left foot, this is a much better chance to go for goal. Does he have something special in his locker? Here is Luanga going for goal. The wall doing its job pretty well. That was the sole purpose, and they succeed in doing so. The centre back going down under minimal pressure gets no sympathy from the referee. And here are services breaking at full speed. But the counter coming to no tangible result. Just as Zozova was getting on his bike, the centre back putting a bossy tackle. The number 5 of services, Zutan Puya, in fine form. Zozova teasing his fullback, going on to the touchline. Will seek the number 4 who sends a delicious cross in. Cleared just as far as the opposite fullback. Another chance for Mizoram to test the defense. The header is a tame one. And going into the heading motion, the player concedes a foul as he lunges onto the opposition centre back. Both sides turning on the heat as we enter the final junctures of the first half. Good attacking display. Kadir assessing his options from the free kick. He has an incredible kicking range. On display once again, going very deep into the opposition's half, forcing a clearance. Mizoram knocking the ball about, trying to go long, but Kadir sweeps up to the very edge of his box and makes the claim. There is the number two. Here is Zutanpuya. Can he switch the game? Will instead the number 20 showing his dribbling feet beats three defenders for good. But he doesn't make much better progress over there as he concedes the throw ultimately. Mapuya trying to keep the ball alive. It will go higher up the pitch. And the 50-50 coming in services favor. Shipping the ball into the middle. The goalkeeper. He's the favorite. Did the striker miss to contact? The number 7 with a superb knock. Services once more looking dangerous on the break. The shot blocked. But here is the number 7. Letting it out for the captain, Christopher. This is a much better attempt from the captain, you have to say. A short layoff coming. Maybe the keeper had it covered, but you never know. Christopher Kame with a worthy effort. Well, approaching the 40th minute mark, the attacking quality has been there, but we haven't seen a shot on target from either side. That really works the goalkeeper. In this regard, they have to raise the quality now. Mapuya had a great chance for Mizoram from outside the box, but he passes it along. And for Mizoram, the captain Christopher Kame had an effort, and this one was just inches off target. Here he is once more, seeking the right wing. Services looking for option. The player trying to go solo on the right flank. Can they get the cross in? There goes the cross. The number 32 with the time allowed to turn in the box. Fair touch, you have to say. Mapuya on the break gets dispossessed. They're unable to take advantage of these situations, getting well crowded out by the services defense. Actually, credit to Zutanpuya. He's playing as a centre back, but whenever there is a break going on, he'll drift to the wing, become a quarterback, and try to put out the fires on the break. Here he is again, marshalling the defense well. Well, it is in these occasions that we are seeing the midfield of Mizoram broken down too easily. And now a box entry just needs a successful cut back at the end of it, but that's a great block from the defense. And the shot on the rebound was again headed clear. But Mizoram cannot get out of their own half. Services showing complete domination. The number 20 faces a stern challenge. But look at the grit. The players locked in duels with each other. Only eyes on the ball and nothing else. Zotanpuya, as we just spoke, coming out aggressively, trying to be that quarterback to quash out the counters. On this occasion, ran quite a bit of a distance with the ball. He avoids getting into the referee's book. Approaching the final 5 minutes of the half. Services would like to summon the champion spirit. Remember, they are the 6-time winners of this tournament. Their most recent win coming only as far as 5 years ago. While they triumphed in the final, with a solitary goal against Punjab in the 2018-19 season. Well, apart from these recent victory, they have had a rich vein of history in the tournament. Their first win coming in the 1960-1961 season. A grand total of 6 titles in that period. And they have 4 runner-up medals to go along with that. Finals, they could have added some more titles to their total, wouldn't they? On this occasion, another cutback, finding the captain Christopher. Can he deliver successfully? Towards the edge of the box for the number 12. Launches one on his left foot, needs a save, and that's a better save. This is the first time we've seen a keeper at work, and what a delightful save that was. Lovely attempt from Boynau Singh. That was certainly sneaking into the goalkeeper's near post. But Lal Muanamwa earning his money well with that one save. This is the closest either side has come to scoring. And now the goalkeeper Abdul Qadir sweeping up. Luckily gets away with that. Mizoram with a double substitution just moments before the halftime. Well, now an offensive and a defensive change. It is Lalau Masanga and Valral Remrutata coming off. Is this a change in shape indicated by the coach? They were getting way too suffocated in their own half by services. Can they change the tactics of the game by adding an additional midfielder? Trying to spread it to the right flank, the fullback reading it clear. The idea was good. If executed perfectly, it could have left the striker in 1v1 against Abdul Qadir. Services still keeping hold of the ball. Out to the right flank. Retaining possession going into the final minute of the half. Can they strike now? Dispossessed cheaply. Mapuya wins the ball, but his teammates couldn't do much with it. There goes a ball down the line. Well read by the fullback, whose intervention just took it to his centre backs, and Mizoram can launch an attack. They're trying to build it from the back patiently. The ball striking the body of the services player and trickling out for a throw in. The confirmation of the substitution, the number 12 coming on for the number 15. Now another cheap giveaway. This won't go well with the coach. Just ahead of the halftime break. These are the silly errors you'd love to avoid. Zozoa wouldn't enjoy the break. Three minutes of added time, says the referee. A fair bit of added time, you have to say 3 minutes, given there were many stoppages. Can any side take advantage of it? A goalless draw is never the best way to start your tournament. Christopher spreading it out to the left flank. The defender putting his body well. Services on the ball yet again. Couple of minutes of injury time remaining. Bonoa Singh effort has to be the close. The captain Christopher had a couple of shots as well, but neither of them were on target. Well, about Mizoram's attack, the less said the better. For a majority of the part, they have been trying to react to what services has to offer. On the one occasion, Zozowa setting up Mapuya for a strike, which he couldn't remotely put on target. There goes the cross from the right half space. Mizoram can clear their lines. The player giving it his all to pull it back into play, but he cannot. Services quickly restarting. There you see the hunger of taking the lead. Another cross. This is a free header for the striker and it is turned in. Well, how about that? Mizoram switching on right on the brink of the half time. A superb delivery coming in. And the striker with the simplest of the coasted between the centre backs and an easy header. Just heading it down past the goalkeeper into the net. A well taken goal for services to make that domination count. At the stroke of the half time, Mizoram, after conceding that throw in, just switched off for a moment. The centre backs way too relaxed, not worried about the next cross. But there it came in. A delightful delivery. The centre backs were lost, looking at each other as to who was marking whom. That allowed the number 34 Samir Murmu to open the scoring in this Group B encounter. Services, good value for the lead, you have to say. And now can they add a quick fire double to it? The defender heading clear. And that will be the half time. And now taking this lead into tunnel, services would feel they are in a much better position. They have dominated the proceedings but failed to find that final pass. In the last minute of added time is all that matters. A lovely delivery from the right half space. A striker's dream, you have to say. Coming right onto his head. Samir Murmu nodding it down. The goalkeeper in full stretch could not save it. Services with a brilliant goal. Mizoram have been playing on the break for the majority of the half, have lacked that attacking precision, but their dogged defense was broken down by Samir's header. Can they turn the tide in the second half? We will find out shortly. The halftime score at the reads Mizoram nil, Services 1. Welcome back to the second half action. Both the sides focused on getting the job done now. Services with the lead they have taken into the halftime with that late injury time goal will be keen on maintaining the clean sheet. While for Mizoram, it will be more about coming out of shell and discovering their attack and its fluency. And Mapuya kicks things into action in the second half, attacking from right to left of your screen and chasing Mizoram, and attacking from left to right of your screen in all whites are services. And there is another duel that is getting nasty on the right touch line this time. Just mere seconds into the half, both the players clattering into each other. Both sets of players are frustrated now. They want something to be done about the constant number of fouls that have been taking place. The referee, to his credit, is holding his own very well. Abdul Kader, watch out for this goal kick. Watch out for this free kick, beg your pardon. This will go very long. What a power on that. It's a simple header and it makes its way all the way to the keeper. One of the most powerful kickers in the game, isn't he? Zozova with a fine touch. Lovely 1-2 coming into place, but the defense reading it pretty well. Number 20 spinning around, trying to be too clever. Just running out of room, but on this occasion winning a free kick. Abdul Kader stretching himself. His leg was definitely caught as he tried to knock the ball past the defender. Headed out of play. Services will be happy. Position half. They will certainly take it. Shafield's throw in intercepted by the opposition. Another tussle in the middle. The captain Christopher knocking it forward, receiving it again. He has pace. Can he pick the pass? Will pick the simpler option to the right flank. Look at the brilliant overlapping run from the fullback, who is ignored on that occasion. Christopher spreading it out to the left. Patient build up from services, shifting it from flank to flank. The player slipping, but it incredibly comes back. Could go for goal, but decides to let the opportunity wait, not take any hasty decisions. They're having time in the world. Mizoram on closing them enough, and there goes a simple ball into the box. Now a chance to deliver. They keep the opposition teasing. Can Mizoram get away? Zozova knocking it only as far as the centre backs of services, who will relaunch the attack. Well, are they too good for the lead? Because we have seen in the first half they have dominated position quite a bit. The second half is more about seeing it out, knowing that they have got a goal to defend. Mizoram often possess that threat on the break. Here is one chance now. The ball a bit behind him. Tried to resuscitate it with the first touch. The number 18 going for goal. That was a cross, maybe a chipped attempt on finding the striker. The ball just curling away from the posts. Well, maybe he had his eyes on the glory as well. You can never tell from there. Johnny on the occasion. It does add a new dimension to Mizoram's attack, shooting from outside the box. Can they keep doing more of it? Because there will be one goal that will surely come out of such attempts. Zozawa trying to tease the fullback. Another chip ball into the box. Abdul Kadir grateful for the catch. Mizoram trying to forge an identity for themselves. They're deploying a front three at this point. A cheap giveaways won't help services cause. But they're lucky to win the ball and can emerge out now. The captain has been an inspirational presence in the middle of the field. He's that link between the attack and defense, coming out with the ball, spreading the play, reading the danger well as well. The centre backs are the favourites always for those kind of deliveries. Another cute little run beyond the midfield from the captain who spread out to the right flank. Just gets a response. Muntia who concedes the throw in. Who wins the throw in rather. It looks like the pass did take a deflection of the services player. Pumped back into the opposition half. Services with time. But a fine interception. Handing the possession over to Mizoram. What can they do? Deep in their own half. An exceptional diagonal to find Zozowa, who's knocked down header. Had no one attacking it. Well, the defender trying the skill on that occasion, just missing it. Pardeep Kumar spared his blushes. Tried to turn with the ball. Mapuya was so close to cutting that off. Captain sits down. His opposite number, the defensive midfielder. That from Mavizuala, the substitute, the first half substitute. Remember, Mizoram made a couple of substitutions in the 42nd minute. That's pretty gutsy from the coach, you have to say. He was not satisfied with what he was seeing. He immediately changed it. But despite the substitutions, you have to feel for Mizoram. They concede a goal late on in the added time. Christopher. The first touch was tackled out, but there goes the cross in. Defense clearing it well. Services are growing threatening more and more as the game goes on. That man with the armband causing all of the chaos. These are your perfect number 8s, aren't they? We have seen them in the world game. Steven Gerrard, Paul Scholes, then the people with the armband, the inspirational leaders, station themselves in the middle of the park or all action. They involve themselves in attack, defense, keep orchestrating their team's moves. Christopher Kane looking to be the ideal number 8 for his side. How imperious the centre backs of services are. Another spread out to the right flank. The number 20 seeing some green but goes on the outside. Is looking for support. He does well to go on his left foot. Goes for goal. Blocked first time. The striker knocking it. Couldn't manage to put it towards goal. A slight tackle coming in from behind. Bit rash. But again, there won't be any other booking. Now, this is not what you're supposed to be doing in your own half. Christopher flicking it towards the right flank. The defender reading the intention. Is it becoming too easy for services? Winning the possession. Now look, this is how they're able to press. They're committed to winning the ball. The counter services. But on this occasion, Mizoram managed to beat the trap. Can they fly out of the blocks? Mapuya between the lines. They can keep the ball still. Trying to attempt the spread. The number 7, Zozova going for goal. Just above the crossbar. Another good attempt. Just moments before, the number 18 had one. And this one from Zozova is much, much better. A bit straight for his own liking, maybe. Should have tried to place it to the goalkeeper's right or left. Even if it was on target, Abdul Qadir would have just deflected it outside. Encouraging signs for Mizoram to shoot from outside. Now again, look at the numbers on the left flank. There goes the overlapping runner who will deliver the cross. The defense had to react. The substitute nodding it behind for a throw in. What more can Mizoram do differently? They're unable to catch out services on the break. Well, they're unable to contain the services breaks as well. The armed forces unit have been well drilled right from the first whistle. Yes, they took their time to get settled, to get into the groove, but once they are looking the real outfit that has won this tournament 6 times. Causing the defense all sorts of troubles on that right flank. It is going to be the captain Christopher on his left foot who will deliver this. Very few bodies in the middle. Are they happy with the lead they have? Kept alive, and the shot from the rebound goes out for a throw in. Man for man marking opted in the box. Mizoram sticking to the players on the byline, beating the fullback for pace. Will he enter the box? There goes a chipped cross into the middle. The number 12 is there again. Keeping the attack alive. The number 20 fires it heavy. Easily taken away by Mizoram. Centre backs on the ball. Progressing it smoothly towards the right flank. I would like to see Mizoram use their central midfielders more. Every time they're trying to shift from flank to flank, they're not trying to break down the defense of services through the middle. Going around the defense is one way, but breaking it through the middle is another. They have technical players in the middle, so why not use them? On this occasion, just a loose pass from the defense, ending a promising attack. Now the striker couldn't get. Was running into a wall of services players. Now this is what we wanted to see. Try to test them through the center. Yes, the centre backs are strong, but how many times can they repel the attacks? There will be one lapse of concentration. Just try playing that same ball. Run into the channels. Play some quick 1-2s down the middle. Mapuya has been starving for service. Every time Mizoram have the ball, is having to come short to create some chance for himself. Couple of headers, well won there by Mizoram. Now again, promising attack down the flank. The captain enjoying his time. Spread to the left flank. There goes the delivery into the middle. Missed by everyone. The goalkeeper coming out will claim it successfully. Look at the slide. As if he was on a soapy bubble park. The number 24 puts an incredible slide and the result in his favor. The ball deflects out of the Mizoram player. The grit and determination from services is just too good. Just knocking it past the retreating Mapuya. Chopping it into the middle. But Shafil and Zotan Puya's centre back pairing, it looks like they will go unbroken into the game as we enter the final 30 minutes. They have been so strong, winning the duels, dominating their strikers. Are they way too good for Mizoram? In the middle of the pitch, spreading it to the right flank. Every time a Mizoram player is trying to come short, he's being shadowed by a couple of services players. The instructions have been spot on from the coach. They're not letting anyone run free into the middle to claim the ball. And when there is danger, they will certainly go back to their goalkeeper, Abdul Kader, who is more than comfortable and happy to play out with his feet. Well, if you had a keen eye during the halftime interval, all the players were coming out slowly, but there was Abdul Kader, who entered the pitch before everyone else and was practicing kicking with his feet. The skills, the turns. Well, if you have a goalkeeper who's very comfortable on the ball, it makes your life easier. And when the defense is under pressure, he will open himself as a third option for the pass. Now Zozova, to his credit, keeping the ball in place, sends the cross in. Again, a bit too much on it. Another substitution for Mizoram. Sending on Lal Tangliana and withdrawing Johnny. Johnny just had a great shot in the first half, in the first quarter of the second half. The right-footed effort curling wide, but that will be the highlight of his game. He had an hour to make an impact. He did okay at the best. But now, Lal Tangliana, can the number 17 make a name for himself and rescue this game for Mizoram? Another ball going over the top. With the fullback very determined not to let Mapuya win that duel. Mizoram with a rare moment of time and space in the middle, but their centre back slipping. Well, this is what we want to see. Can they penetrate the middle block? Services have only two midfielders in the central areas of the pitch, but they are more than enough with. And on this occasion again, the fullback casually pinching the ball of the attacker with minimal fuss. Getting some time to build up. The structure of the team is a bit worrying. They've got two centre backs at the back trying to help the build up, and they're having three midfielders sitting in front of them without offering the runs, which means you're left with five players in the attacking zones with very little service and connecting dots between the attack and defense. Did the Mizoram coach get this tactically wrong? Because as far as it matters for the strikers, you have Zozova pressing them everywhere, and Mapuya is happy to settle himself on the flank. Here is the number 24. Sending the early cross in, blocked and out. They're getting a bit static for their own liking. Mizoram need to be a bit more dynamic. The goalkeeper forced to clear. Not the best of the kicks, you have to say. The attack is still alive. Getting a couple of headers. Christopher with a silky first touch. Spread onto the wide areas. The fullback gets his foot on it. The number 34. Pulling it to them. He could have had a shot, but he's just happy to hash it to his centre backs as they try to recycle from the backyard again. Now a good physical dash. Mizoram with a midfield turnover. The first few phases of their possession has been trying to keep the ball. It has become a struggle there for Mizoram to retain the possession in their own half as well. And if they do retain their possession, their fullbacks are caught flat-footed, unable to make much progression, and hence they're forced to go vertical, surpass the layers of midfield. They're falling into a never-ending cycle, choosing between possession and safety. Now again, look at the aggressive pressing as such, but they're keeping bodies in the opposition area. In any moment, they could cut the passing angles. They're just asking a question to Mizoram. Go on. We have our bodies in the middle. Can you go through us? And Mizoram are a bit tentative in finding that answer. There goes another long ball again, but this time Zozova, the shot blocked on the edge of the box, and the possession will come in service's favor. Christopher with a brilliant find to the flank and an even better first touch from the winger. Services are breaking now. The first touch was well. It looked like was he caught by the defender over there. The player didn't go down, which means it needed no attention from the referee. Zozowa seeking support centrally. The number 6 should go for the line breaking pass. It is a good one, but it had a bit more pace on it, and the centre back just saw it out. Zoton Puya. Khadir with his goal kick. Well, if there is any competition for the goal kicks going longer, this man surely will come out on top. Every kick of his is on target, going away from the goal and finding his teammates. Well, the referee showing the first card of the game. After all those fouls in the first half, he decides that this is the occasion to exercise his yellow card. A mild caution going into the referee's book. A silly challenge, you have to say. We've been through much worse, but this time, this silly foul, taking the player's name on this occasion. Went by the striker on the centre back with the elbow. A substitution for services. The number 11 entering the fray for the number 34. Bikash Tapa for Samir Murmu, the goal scorer. He will get a standing ovation from the coaching staff for sure, because it was his header that opened the scoring, and it looked like the goal of the game that gives services all 3 points. To his full credit, he was always alert in the box. The centre back switching off was the 1 second he needed to pounce, ghosting between the defensive line, getting on the end of every striker's dream. A delicious cross, just nodding it down. The technique was so good as well. When you get the ball from that height, you just nod it down. Even if it hits into the ground, there's a greater chance of it going in. Textbook heading from Samir, and he will get a well deserved rest for 15 minutes. Khardir there, unfazed by the press coming in, getting a word of appreciation from the coach. The long kick out, winning a throw in for his team much deeper down the pitch. A short cooling break for the officials as we are about to enter into the final lap of this marathon. Mizoram are chasing a goal, but it looks like they're out of ideas, and services are pretty comfortable defending their lead. They're even looking to add one more, aren't they? In a position of comfort. Can services see this game out? The 6 time champions are the favorites at the moment, you have to say so. Good defensive grit and an even better dash from the defensive position, but they cannot keep hold of the ball ultimately, can they? To his credit, the number 12 of Mizoram, after coming on, has been excellent. Lalma Viziola, the number of challenges he has put in on the full back have been enough on their own. Faced with danger once more, the left footed cross hooked in. Christopher going from distance. It will come out on a Mizoram break. Can the Northeasterners take advantage? At the moment, it will only be a throw in for them. I believe Mizoram haven't hit the panic button yet because they are not frantically attacking. Or is this the cream of their attacking? Can they raise their level any higher? Because at the moment they're stuck in their own half, playing passes between their centre backs. Maybe the services higher counter press is suffocating them. Well, if you are opening your tournament against a team of this quality, you shouldn't be disheartened if you are unable to get it. Managed to flick and keep it in. This has to be the chance of the game. And Mapuya converts it. There is the equalizer. A sensational goal from Mizoram. Well, just as it looked that they were out of ideas. A brilliant finish from the star man Mapuya. He missed one on earlier in the game, but inside the box, on the end of that cutback, there was no way he was missing. Where did the defenders go? Mapuya was all alone in acres of space in the middle of the park. And the number 10 does what he does best. Finish it past the hapless goalkeeper. Mizoram have an equalizer just like that without having to sweat much. We've been told they didn't even hit the panic button yet. A simple attack. Back to the basics. Services are fuming with themselves for letting this simple goal get in. And now we have a game on. Minutes. Do we have a winner coming? That is why 1-0 is not a lead to be proud of. If you're complacent and happy with the 1-0 lead, this is what can happen. You should always be looking to add that second goal. And now, Mizoram with all the momentum and a spring in their step coming forward to get the second goal. An overhead pass. It is Lalkau Pumavia. But talk about that assist for the goal as well. Ghosting down the right wing. The winger does ever so well to keep the ball in play. Ran on the touchline, pulled it back, and then there was the perfect finish from Mapuya. Now we have a high octane finale. There is the error. There is the number 11. 1v1 versus the goalkeeper. And could you believe it? A huge mistake at the back from Mizoram and services pounce on it. They could not believe how they were undone. Well, the number 11, the substitute Bikash Tapa, reeling in celebration. He couldn't believe he was presented with that opportunity. A huge mistake at the back, missing the ball. 1v1 through the goalkeeper, through his legs. And services retake the lead in a jiffy. Bikash Tapa, the substitute, was sent to increase their advantage. Well, he has seen the equalizer go fly behind him. And now has scored what might be the winner. Or do we have more twists in the tail? Going for goal them. Well, Bikash Tapa receiving a gift, a slip from the centre back, winning the ball, and then with expert precision, finishing it past the goalkeeper. Two clinical finishes from services. But from a Mizoram point of view, how did this happen? They hit the equalizer. It looked like they were carrying the momentum. A mistake at the back was all it took to undo the good work of the past few minutes. And they're staring at a defeat again. Do they have the second equalizer in them? I would like to believe services have learned their lesson. Will they shut their complacency out and see their game out the second time of asking? Here goes the number 24 in the box. Cuts it back. The striker comes deep to receive it. Again, the number 3 unable to sort his feet out. This is a huge mistake at the back for Mizoram. Just might lead to to all 3 points dropped. The defender should try to put that beyond him because there is still time for Mizoram to grab an equalizer. The first priority should be stopping services from scoring again. Good challenge, double teamed and winning the possession. The number 6, a fair tackle. The captain going for goal. The goalkeeper spills it. Bika sliding in. With a solid header. Shafil would leave it for his goalkeeper to kick it clear. Another attack coming. The number 20 is full of energy. Does keep it alive down the right. Gets support but goes for the left footed cross. Striker attacks it from deep. Did he get a touch on it? No, says the referee. Mizoram with a throw in. The final 10 minutes of the game. It has to be said that they have to hit that panic button now. Services looking to kill off the competition. Can they add a third? A give and go. But there is Pardeep Kumar of play momentarily. Trying to find the striker from that area. Especially given knowing the physical prowess of the services centre backs is not a good idea. We saw how much of success they enjoyed down the right wing. A long throw in favored. The number 9 cannot knot it down successfully. Can the captain get there? No is the answer. Mizoram coming forward, but the touch is compounded well. A nice play. Here is Bikash, the one who has scored the goal. He tried to find the winger. He will definitely tell you he was going for goal there. Bikash Tapa would be making a stronger claim to be included in the starting lineup because of the hard work he has put in and the fact that he has gotten the winner. The coach will have a good selection headache. The goal scorer and his substitute both on the score sheet. Whom does he start next time of asking? Service is still keeping the ball alive. A good cutback to the edge of the box. A shot from distance, not the best one, you have to say. Well, it is interesting seeing how many left-footed players services have in their ranks, isn't it? The captain Christopher Kame for one, his magical left foot, so many delightful first touches, and the incredible passes as well. And now a situation for services to deal with, which the centre backs deal with expertly, and the goalkeeper will take it down and do all the theatrics in the book to run down the clock. They're getting into that zone now. An eye on the clock. Run as much time down as possible at every possible situation. The number six. Another chance. Look at the good run there from the number 12. Turning a blind eye to an effective dash from the behind. Do Mizoram have any more substitutions left in the tank to change the effect of this game, to change the result? Turnover in the middle. Christopher winning another duel. He will make a strong case to be the man of the match. Half-hearted appeals for offside. The referee actually agrees with the Mizoram players. Sees that the player has made his run a little too bit earlier. The number 12 of Mizoram. The midfield being extremely pressed high. And now another mistake at the back. Had to react. They do react. It's still a 2v2 situation. The captain having options. Here is the number 20 chance to kill the game. Bikash mistimes his jump. A huge chance there for the striker to kill off the game from Christopher's layoff. How did Tingdam Vidyasagar Singh miss that? A tame effort, you have to say. And Bikash mistiming his jump to bury that rebound. Vidyasagar Singh. Now he will have heart in his mouth for the entirety of the game, because that was the chance. He will be waiting for that full-time whistle desperately. He doesn't want to go back to his coach if he sees Mizoram score an equalizer after missing such an easy chance down the other end. Mizoram keeping it in. They haven't given up, have they? That is the flank from which the equalizer came in. There they are trying to find the options. Cross going in. The centre back slipping, but recovering well on time. Bikash held back by the centre backs, but fair play says the referee. Thumper of a switch between the flanks. Well read by the defense. Here is Bikash once more. Superb find from the captain, forcing the goalkeeper to come out. And Bikash Tapa's link up has been delightful. Well, Christopher is playing as the left winger at the moment. Started in the middle of the pitch. Has shifted into the attack completely. He recognizes the chance to kill off the competition. He wants to be the man there to do it himself. The final minute of normal time. How much of added time are we going to have? Services still playing passes amongst their backline. They have that one big diagonal switch in them. When are they going to hit it? Now is the occasion. Launch to the left flank. That is a poor pass, you have to say. Counter. Bikash Tapa seeking the number 7, who is having time in the middle. The first touch is a bit heavy. It will run to Mizoram. 5 minutes of added time, says the referee. It will definitely spur Mizoram to get the equalizer. 300 seconds of added motivation. What more reason do they need? There goes another ball through the middle, but a bit too straight for his own liking. And Abdul Kader is happy to win it. Switching passes in the middle. There is the captain who stays on side. Is all over the pitch, isn't he? And he wins a free kick. You want from a Mizoram point of view. He was just on the left flank a moment ago, and now he switches to the right, wins a free kick. Will fancy himself on his left foot to take it. He has done everything right. Christopher Kame, can he add a goal to his tally? A three-man wall. Interestingly, a striker in the offside position, but he will go for goal through the wall, but not much height on it, not troubling the goalkeeper enough. Well, it's certainly much better than this, we can tell you. Maybe the effect of the tired legs on him. Services. Is it just a ploy to run down the clock? A late giving a 3-minute run out to the player. He will be given with only one instruction. Stay with the centre back, stay with the defense. Clear everything that you get. High and far. The two players still pressing them on the halfway line. The defender winning the header. And there is Abdul Kader. Shubham Rana coming on for Vidyasagar Singh. You do not want to be Vidyasagar Singh there in that box, do you? And here is the substitute Shubham, who is greeted with a sliding 12. Services are in no hurry to resume the play with this set piece. And surprisingly, it looks like Mizoram have given up as well. You can understand the tired legs playing in this intense heat for around 100 minutes will take its toll. But can they turn on the afterburners for one last time? Here is the number 7 giving the ball away in a cheap fashion. Again, things getting heated between both the sides. Down the right flank, one final chance. Ball into the middle, headed clear by the services centre backs. That was the theme for the entirety of the day. They keep it alive. Time for one final attack. Now Zozova on the left flank has been a bit anonymous in the last 15-20 minutes. A player down for services, but the referee letting the game go. The shot from distance. Not much far. A worthy effort. Had the goalkeeper flying at full stretch. Superb effort. Firing it with pace. Had the goalkeeper worried. At his full stretch, maybe he was beaten. Should have been on target. Great effort, and services will use this break to treat their injured player, which means we are going beyond the 95 minutes. Stretcher is out immediately. Referee doesn't want the play to be stopped. Well, that passage of play 15 minutes earlier changed everything, didn't it? Mapuya did so well to give Mizoram an equalizer out of the blue. But again, just shortly, 2 minutes later, a huge defensive lapse allowed Bikash Thapa to run in and score the 1v1 against the goalkeeper, meaning services would take all 3 points. Services are down to 10. The referee wants them to go ahead with it. But again, Abdul Kadir requesting some sort of medical assistance. This is much simpler, just wanting his lace to be tied. This time waste is not going down well with their opponents. Mizoram are fuming. They're using all the tricks in the book to run time down. He will smack it. The goalkeeper comes out to greet him. Mizoram will take the throw in. Another substitution, replacing the man down on the field when they are. The substitute wins the ball and sends it forward. Bikash will keep it happily. Gets tackled expertly into the 8th minute of the added time. Mizoram, do they have the one final sucker punch? The ball just running out of room. And it is the full time whistle. Services make a winning start to the tournament. It was a fairly comfortable performance for them, but Mizoram hitting them back forced them again into action. Bikash Thapa capitalizing on a huge defensive error at the back to convert from close range to give services all 3 points. Samir Murmu opened the scoring just at the brink of the half time. It was a deserved lead for services, you have to say. They have defended comfortably well, but Mapuya is out of the blue, finishing home from 12 yards out from a cutback. And again, the parity didn't last long for Mizoram. To their regret, a defensive mistake at the back. The defender failing to control a simple pass, allowing Bikash Thapa to run on against the goalkeeper. The substitute forward put it through the legs of the goalkeeper, meaning that services could take all 3 points. The 6 time champions of the tournament with a positive start. Meanwhile, for Mizoram, they would be looking to make amends. It is a tough opener. The fixtures will get easier. They have to take the positives of this game. That is, feed Mapuya and he will score you goals. The full-time score at the GNDU Sports Complex reads Mizoram 1, Services 2 in the Group E opener for the 77th National Football Championship for the Santosh Trophy in the 23-24 season. Join us shortly as we have more action coming your way. Pondicherry taking and Daman and Diu at the same GNDU Sports Complex at 11:30 a.m. Till then, this is your host signing off.